Deep in the dense forests of Southeast Asia, among towering trees and thick canopies, lives a creature so unusual that it seems ripped from the pages of ancient legend. It is called the Draco lizard, but many know it as the flying dragon. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary small reptile, no longer than the length of a human hand. But when it leaps into the air and spreads its wings, something extraordinary happens. It transforms into a living, gliding dragon. For centuries, humans across cultures have told stories of dragons, winged creatures that soar above mountains, guarding treasures or breathing fire. Myths of dragons appear in Europe, China, and even in Southeast Asia itself. And while the Draco lizard doesn't breathe fire, it does possess the one trait most central to dragon myths: the ability to fly. Anatomy of a tiny dragon. The secret to the Draco lizard's flight lies in its anatomy. Its wings aren't true wings like those of a bird or bat. Instead, they are elongated ribs that spread outward from its body, covered by thin membranes of skin. When folded, the lizard looks unremarkable, blending seamlessly with the bark of trees. But in an instant, it can flare its ribs outward, creating a pair of gliding sails. With these, the Draco can leap from tree to tree, covering distances of up to 60 feet in a single glide. Scientists studying the aerodynamics of these glides have been astonished by the precision. Unlike many other gliding animals, such as flying squirrels, the Draco lizard doesn't just fall with style. It can steer with remarkable control, twisting its body and adjusting its tiny wings to land exactly where it wants. For a reptile of such modest size, it is an engineering marvel of evolution. The daily life of a flying dragon. The Draco spends most of its life high in the trees. It rarely descends to the ground, where predators are abundant and survival is difficult. Its world is the canopy, a kingdom of leaves, branches, and endless opportunities for gliding. The lizard feeds primarily on ants and termites, which it hunts along the bark. With a long, slender tongue, it plucks its prey with speed and efficiency. When danger approaches, the Draco's wings become more than just a means of travel. They are also camouflage. The membranes often carry intricate patterns and colors, blending with leaves or tree bark. To predators below, a gliding Draco can vanish into the canopy, leaving behind only a fleeting shadow. Courtship in the sky. The most spectacular use of its wings, however, occurs during mating season. Male Draco lizards put on elaborate aerial displays to attract females. They spread their wings wide, revealing bright colors, yellows, oranges, and sometimes blues, hidden on the underside. These colors are not visible when the wings are folded, making the sudden display all the more dramatic. Males will glide back and forth between trees, puffing out their throats with a flap of skin called a dewlap. This ritual signals strength, agility, and health. For the female, it is proof that the male can survive in a world where only the most skillful gliders thrive. Evolutionary origins. How did dragons emerge? One of the great mysteries of biology is how creatures develop flight. Birds evolved wings from feathered forelimbs, bats from elongated fingers, insects from body extensions. But the Draco lizard represents a different path. Its wings are ribs, bones usually used to protect vital organs, repurposed by evolution into tools for flight. This unique adaptation raises fascinating questions. Why ribs? Why not elongated limbs like in other flying creatures? Scientists believe that in the crowded forests of Southeast Asia, where trees grow close together, long-distance powered flight wasn't necessary. Instead, short glides were enough to escape predators, chase mates, or find food. The ribs provided a perfect structure, strong, lightweight, and easily spread outward when needed. The result is a creature that has thrived for millions of years with very little change. Fossil evidence suggests that rib-based gliders existed as far back as the age of dinosaurs. In fact, some paleontologists believe that Draco lizards are living reminders of ancient reptilian experiments with flight miniature dragons that survived into the modern world. Cultural significance, myths and legends. It is no coincidence that Southeast Asia is home to both the Draco lizard and some of the most vibrant dragon myths. In parts of Indonesia and the Philippines, local folklore tells of small dragons that lived in forests, moving silently between trees. Villagers who glimpsed Draco lizards in flight may have passed down stories that evolved into dragon legends. Even today, in remote communities, these lizards are treated with a mix of curiosity and respect. Some cultures consider them symbols of agility and freedom, while others view them as guardians of the forest. The Draco proves how nature can blur the line between myth and reality. Survival in a changing world. But while the Draco lizard has thrived for millions of years, today it faces new challenges. Deforestation across Southeast Asia is destroying the very forest it depends on. Without tall trees and continuous canopies, the Draco cannot glide. Unlike birds, it cannot simply fly across open spaces. For this dragon, the forest is everything. Conservationists warn that as logging and agriculture spread, the Draco's habitats are shrinking. While the species is not currently endangered, its survival depends on protecting the forests of Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. In this sense, the fate of the flying dragon is tied directly to the fate of the forests themselves. Lessons from a tiny dragon. The Draco lizard is more than just a curiosity. It is a living lesson in adaptability. It shows that even the smallest creatures can evolve extraordinary abilities. It reminds us that myths often have roots in reality, and that nature holds surprises far stranger than fiction. And perhaps most importantly, it challenges our understanding of what it means to fly. True flight is rare in the animal kingdom, but gliding, the art of turning a fall into something graceful and controlled, is widespread. Among all gliders, the Draco stands out as one of the most elegant, efficient, and awe-inspiring. So the next time you hear a story of dragons, think of the forests of Southeast Asia, where tiny, real dragons leap from trees and ride the air as if the myths were true all along. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. More incredible stories are coming next.